Hello, today I'm coming to you with my fairy deck again, but I got back from Card Rush a while ago, my card shop, and I got a few new cards and edited my deck a bit. It seems to be a little bit better. When I got there, I bought a few cards and I messed with my deck a little, and then I, told some people, right? So I won, 4 out of 7 matches, so good. I'm going to show you all the edits I made to my deck, and I can confidently say this is a pretty good fairy deck, and I'll show you how a couple of the strategies you can use to use this deck and everything else. So let's get this started. First, in any agent fairy deck, there's the Master Hyperion. 3 Master Hyperion, because he's pretty much one of your boss monsters of this deck. You know, his effect where you can just pretty much remove one light monster or fairy monster, I forgot, from play, and then you can destroy one of your enemy's targets. Next is Archlord Christia. Oh my god, this is such a good card. These are the 2 cards I really went to Card Rush for, but I still did a few edits on my deck. This card, there's a bunch of ways to summon it, and its effect is just great. You can summon it through Valhalla, return from a different dimension. I'm pretty sure Monster Reborn. Anything else? Next is 3 Agent of Mystery Earth. I still haven't touched up on the facts whether this is limited, semi-limited, or whatever, but so far I haven't heard anything, so I'm still playing 3. These are really good for seeking out Hyperion. If Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, you can go search for Hyperion. If it's not, you can still search for another fairy in your deck. Really good effect. Next is Jupiter. I'm playing 3 Jupiter. This is a really important card, almost as much as Hyperion or Christia, because of its effects. You can remove 1 fairy card or the agent monster in your graveyard to select 1 fairy type monster you control and give it 800 attack points, which is very nice. And for its second effect, while Sanctuary in the Sky is face up, once per turn you can discard 1 fairy type monster you've removed from play and pretty much bring it back. Next, oh my god, I got this guy wrong last time. Let's see if I can do it. Zera Diaz, whatever. This guy, he's pretty much just to get out that Sanctuary in the Sky, so 3 of him really helps pick him out there. And even if you don't need him for Sanctuary in the Sky, still does 2100 damage, which is really nice. Combine that with Jupiter and you got a 2900 damage. That's really nice. Next is 2 Heatrice. I remember last video where I only have 1, scratch that, 2. Really good for cutting out that Valhalla so you can summon Christia and anything else. Next, my next card, Honest. Honest. This card is great. Most fairy decks have them. Most Lightsworn decks have them. It's just a good card. You know, can remove it, bring it back to your hand, protect you, you know. Next monster, the Nova Summoner. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there you go. The Nova Summoner. This, just to go search out other monsters. I'm still only playing 1. I'm thinking about taking out Marsh Malone and playing 2 of these, but for now, I'm just playing 1. I get in my hand formidably amounts because, just to have 1, I pulled it like a bunch of times out of all the duels. Next, still playing. Let it focus. Marsh Malone, good to protect yourself. You know, give a little waiting period if you need to draw some of the cards you need to get out, maybe Hyperion, Christia. So it gives you a lot of good time. Last and not least, I'm still playing Athena, only because of her effects. Every time a fairy type monster is summoned, inflict 600 damage on your opponent, which is pretty nice. Now to move on to spell cards. 3. I'm not starting with Sanctuary or Valhalla, but 3 cards from the sky. You're probably thinking, why cards for the sky? Well, you can draw some cards, which is really nice to get out all the cards you need, and you can remove 1 card in your hand from play. which in this case for Cards of the Sky, let's say you remove your Christia from play, then you could use Jupiter's second effect, which is to remove one of the other cards and bring another card back, which means I probably could get rid of maybe a Hecatrice I discarded and pretty much get out Christia, which is a really good way to, you know, get all those cards out there. Next, 2 Sanctuary in the Sky. Most fairy decks play 3, but I realized this card is just, it clogs up your hand. And there's a bunch of cards that could get this out there, so you really only need 2. You don't need any more. You can play with 3, but I strongly suggest you only play with 2. Next, 3 Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. Good for getting out Hyperion, getting out Christia, whichever. Maybe you don't want, and sometimes maybe you don't even want Christia. Maybe you want Agent of Earth, special summon her, and then maybe normal summon, which is nice. Get some guys out and everything. Next is the card most people play in most decks, Book of Moon. Book of Moon, it's a really good card. Just set the opponent to in position, making a weak 1600 monster, maybe be able to take out your friend's monster that maybe has 4000 attack and 1000 defense, you know? Get out those big cards. Next, I'm still playing Smashing Ground. Why I continue to play Smashing Ground is because it just gives you a little control over your opponent's side of the field. Get anything to get out there, and you can just kind of, you know, wait for the right time and just get rid of it, you know. Next is Mystic Space Tycoon. I'm still playing this too. This is another thing from my other video. I think I explained this card a little more in that, so yeah. Next is Swords of Revealing Light. I love this card. Man, I love this card. This buys you time to get your everything ready. They can't attack. They can't put anything face down. Let's say they have a Marshmallow, not anymore. So it really helps you. Well, the Marshmallow will still be there. I just mean like, I just mean that it just really helps you, protect you. You know, make sure the opponent doesn't just open fire. Maybe if you have no monsters on your field, you can Swords of Revealing Light. Get you some time to get some monsters out there. Next, Monster Reborn. Oh, what's a deck without a Monster Reborn or Call of the Haunted? I mean, seriously. You need at least one of those cards. If you don't have Monster Reborn, I suggest you play Call of the Haunted. Either is fine. Just bring back one monster, set them in attack position. It's real nice. Next, I'm still playing this, even though I have all those cards from the CIs, Pot of Duality. This card is just so good because you don't have to give anything up. So let's say, here's my deck. Pot of Duality, top 3 cards. Show my opponent. I pick, they're all Hyperion. I pick Hyperion. I put the rest in my deck, shuffle my deck. Which pretty much is for some really good damage control. So, card control. You know, get some of those cards out there and stuff. Yeah. Next are the trap cards, which the first one is the Mirror Force. Mirror Force, which is really a really good card because, like, let's say someone attacks you and just like this, you can get out, they get out their best monsters and you pretty much just butt fuck them with Mirror Force. I mean, it sucks when people do it to you, but when you do it to them, you have that just sweet feeling. Gotta have that Mirror Force. Next, Torrential Tribute. Gives me the same feeling. A lot of people don't play Torrential Tribute, but let's say one of my friends summons, my friend, he plays with the Dark World deck. He summons his Gahad or whatever that one dragon's name is. Torrential Tribute, it's gone. Everything on the field is gone. Let's say I have a 1-star monster, no effect, just 300 attack, and he summons with something with 4,000, about to totally kill me, and it's gone. Next is Defense Draw. I kept this in here too, because someone could attack me directly with 4,000 damage, and straight up I'd be fine, and I get to draw a card, which is really nice. Next is, I used to play 3 of these, or 2 of these. Check the other video, I don't remember. Divine Punishment. God, this is a stupid card. not only the lack of getting this, the lack of goodness, it just stops the activation. It's just, it negates the effects and stuff. But honestly, there's much better cards you could have than that. I honestly don't think it's worth it. I wouldn't play it. If you have nothing else but that, then okay. But then I suggest, if you are gonna play 3 Divine Punishment, play 3 Sanctuary. Next is Dust Tornado. Just a little control. Ever get Swords of Revealing Lighter and stuff out there? Like, same could be used on you, but just a little protection. And last and not least for my trap cards are Return from a Different Dimension. Another reason why you might want to use cards from the sky to get removed from play one of your monsters, so you can return from a different dimension it and get it straight back, getting you your Christia. Now I'm gonna go over one of these cards that someone actually asked me about today. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I passed it. I saw it. Pot of Duality. He asked me that Pot of Duality is a little bit more pricey of a card than everything in this deck, besides Christia, because Christia is actually pretty dang good too. But and it's pretty not expensive. I got mine for like $5 each. Pot of Duality, it's not like how it used to be. It's not $100, but it's very good. It's a great card, and that's why it's so looked upon in this deck. Well, that's my new fairy deck. I actually won 4 out of 7 matches with it, and when I actually lost, I played an Exodia OTG deck, and he pretty much beat me on the first turn. He just got his whole deck, and he collected all the pieces of Exodia. After that, he offered to play me again. I didn't want to play him again, because what's the point of just sitting there and watching the kid draw? Next, played Dragoonity. He just beat me. I have to legitimately say he beat me. Heart of the cards were on his side. And last, I just didn't pull anything good at all. I mean, the worst possible hand that could come from this deck came like every time I drew. And every time I would get anything out, he'd always be ready for me, so it kind of got me. So I have to admit he beat me too, and the rest I pretty much won. Don't need to brag about how I won though. Yeah, thanks for watching. This is actually a pretty long video, going on 13 minutes, but thank you for watching, and I hope I can post another video another time pretty soon.